Hello, 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 and welcome back to another Conversations with JR. I hope that you are doing well. We are entering the season of Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, and all kinds of different celebrations. And I wish everyone a safe, happy holiday season wherever you're traveling to, whoever's coming to you. We just got out of this government shutdown just in time for the holiday. And I just hope that everyone is just going to be able to just enjoy themselves, put that behind them, and just move forward. As they gather with family and friends near and far, just be safe. Usually the holiday seasons signify the end of a year and people are reflecting. They're looking forward to the new year. Some people are really in a rush to get rid of an old year that has not been particularly good to them. There was no blessings. There was a lot of bad events that's happening. So they're really, really looking forward to enjoying themselves through the holiday seasons, downtime, vacation time, and also looking forward to starting a new year, starting fresh, starting with plans to achieve new goals, to assess the goals that wasn't achieved in the prior years. And I'm hoping that a lot of people are out there reflecting on how, they can be better, do better, despite all that is happening right now in the government, because we do have a lot to reflect on. And whether you're creating a vision board, a bucket list, or you're relying on those New Year's resolutions to reset, restart, and start fresh, start new, just think about the purpose of moving forward and what is going to be needed to move forward before we end 2025. Today is the day before Thanksgiving. And I love it. I love the holiday seasons. I have started my own tradition. I stay home now. I clean, I decorate. I love the decorations and I cook. And I just take this as a time for me to have downtime and reflection. Not so much busyness, not so much moving around and doing the same rush, 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 hurry, 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 and you're so exhausted during the holiday time that by the time you go back to work, you're just really not ready to be there. So with that said, today I like to explore the push theory, the push, Push, the push theory. People often agree with phrases and slogans and mottos and saying because we all need something to believe in and to hope for and to keep us going when life circumstances seem to be knocking us down. In my book, my first book, The Waiting Game, I explored relationship myths and all the myths that lead people and untruth that lead people into dysfunctional relationships because they are guided by myths and misinformation and inexperience. And they listen to these myths and they go into these relationships thinking that these myths is what make the relationship. And often what happens is people in these relationships often become traumatized and victim of domestic violence and emotional brokenness. And they come out of these relationships thinking that because they did not adhere to the misinformation or the slogans or the sayings or the rules of relationships, that something was wrong with them. And so they move on to another relationships with more misinformation, broken, and they just don't discover what is going on with them because they're still holding on to societal standards and relationship myths. And I brought that subject up is because I question why people easily attach themselves to sayings and cliches. And I'm looking at my own experiences and looking how I hitch myself onto when someone come up with a slogan, or they come up with a saying, or they come up with an acronym, and we all jump aboard, and we, raise our hands and yeah, this is what's going to make us stronger, and this is what's going to make us, move forward and become overcomers. Then I started wondering, is there any truth behind certain sayings and slogans and cliches and, all these myths and principles and standards that other people come up with that govern our lives? Have you ever wondered about that? Have you ever wondered why you stick to certain sayings? Do they behold truth in your life? Is there any truth to these sayings in your life? And before I go any further, to my listeners, this is not a rant, this is not a complaint, nor a negative message. To people who thrive and gain strength by using common sayings and positive affirmations, if that's what's working for you, I want you to keep at it. Conversations with JR is committed to changing lives through healing dialogue. And today's message is about awareness of how, at a moment of desperation, that sometimes some of these slogans and cliches and phrases, they may be more harmful than they are helpful. For example, some people have this saying, they say, push until something happens. Pray until something happens. Grind your way to success. Do you know the meaning of the word grind? The meaning of the word grind means to be crushed, to be physically crushed, to be pounded into little particles, until nothing of the whole is left. Think about it. When someone tells you to grind your way to success, that word grind. Or someone says press your way even when you're feeling weary, when you're feeling tired, and you're really not into it. Body, soul, mind, spirit. People say press your way. I hear a lot of people in the church, you must press. Press your way. And there is the to-do list for the overachievers. The to-do list that goes longer and longer and longer because you're trying to accomplish a certain goal. But the list just keeps getting longer because you're really not focused on one thing. And some people say, go, 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 go. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep moving forward. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. But do you know why you need to keep moving forward and keep it going? Oh, the early bird catches the worm. Well, I don't like worms. And I certainly don't like getting up early in the morning, but I do get up early and I make it work for me because at this stage in my life, that's what happens. The early bird catches the worm. So that's, if you don't get up early, then you're not going to catch the worm. Just think about it. This is about bringing awareness. Aren't you tired of living your life according to made up phrases and cliches and slogans that may or may not have any truth to your life and to your standards of life and to your goal and to your vision and the circumstances that you find yourself in? Look around and people say, stop, look around, take a moment and smell the roses. And you might discover that most people are living based off the judgments of others, the saying of others, and how others think that they should move and progress and feel and think. What makes you think that you should keep moving forward or producing at someone else's rate? Sometimes when people tell you that, oh, you know what you need to do? You just need to keep it moving and move forward and it'll work itself out. Have you ever thought about at that moment you need to stand still? You might need to sit. You might need to stand still in that moment. And moving forward isn't something that might help. Pushing forward, grinding. You ever notice that when you move forward and you keep pushing forward and that you keep grinding, that it doesn't seem to be getting any better? It just seems to get worse because you have not sat at that moment to understand, to reflect, to collect, to reset, recharge, and understand what's going on in your life before you start pushing forward. Why push beyond your capacity? I know a lot of people, all things, are possible and you just have to keep moving. But why push beyond your capacity? Could it be at that moment that you're thinking about pushing is the time again that you need to get still and understand that that moment and what you're experiencing, that there might be a lesson that you need to learn or unlearn? That you need to hear your own voice, your own thoughts, your own thinking? Have you ever thought about that? People are so caught up in the push theory until pushing is all they know. That's all they know. You hear people say, girl, I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going. Well, you know how it is. You know how it is. You know how it is. What is the meaning behind the push? Why do you have to keep going? Why do you have to keep pushing? People are exhausted physically, mentally, and emotionally. People are exhausted, but yet they are told to push. Think about what's being said to you when someone tells you to push. Think about the mannerism, think about the intense and the important. When people tell you to push until something happens, key phrase, something happens. What are you thinking about? Something that happened. Is there clarity there? Is there clarity in the focus? Is the push centered around something that needs to be done, have to be done, of important, prioritize until something happens? It could be something bad, but they're telling you to push. Pray until something happens. Pray until something happens. So we teach people to pray, teach people to wait, but we don't teach people the meantime. What are you doing in the meantime of preparation while you're praying for what it is that you want to happen? What you're praying for, what you need and what it needs to happen. Is that something that needs to happen in your life at that time? Are you praying to get out of a situation? Are you praying through a situation? Are you praying for someone to leave your life, for someone to come into your life, for money to drop into your lap, for a husband? What are you praying for something to happen? Think about the words that people are using to you. Why are you grinding yourself to success, pushing yourself and exhausting yourself? And, and sometimes when we're in these grinding and pushing modes, we are angry, we are tired, we are aggressive, we go after the people that love us the most, that are concerned about us the most. And sometimes you don't even understand why you are so angry, why you're so tired, what's going on, because you're not understanding the theory behind this push. and what this push really means to you. Is it negative? Is it positive? Is it helping? Or it's just opening the door for more chaos in your life. People tell you to keep it going, keep it moving, keep it going, keep it moving. What in the world? You are a human being. You need time, downtime. You need time to slow down. You need time to think. People are so busy pushing that they're not even thinking. They're not even thinking about what's going on in their life and what's going on around them and the reason why these things are happening to them. But yet we jump on these slogans and we jump on these sayings and we yay and we amen. But people are really struggling. People are really struggling to understand this theory behind push. And people are saying, oh, all you have to do is stay positive. And, all you have to do is say some affirmations. And, no, it goes deeper than that. I know it goes deeper than that for me. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing until something happens. I am sorry. I lived that way. I lived that manner. I just kept going and going and going until one day I had to stop to ask myself, where was I going? And why? Pray until something happens. I'm not praying until something happens. I'm just praying. I'm praying prayers of gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness. I'm just praying that my mind and my eyes will be open to what they need to be open to. And I'm not pressing my way even when I'm feeling weary, even when I am feeling sick. People are going to work sick. People are going to work when they are mentally in a fog. I see it. And they're dragging those spirits into work with them. I'm not doing that. I did that. And what does it benefit you? Think about it. What does it benefit you to press your way even when you don't feel like it? Now, there might be certain circumstances that you do have to go because it is important. It is vital that you be there. And it just might be on a day that you are not your best 100%. That's okay. But for someone to tell you that just keep pressing even when you're feeling weary. And stop with those long to-do lists, those long goal lists. Start out with 6, narrow down to 4. Top 4. Achieve them. Create a plan. I'm having this conversation with you today is because I'm surrounded by individuals and people that I observe their behaviors every day. And they are pushing, and they are pressing, and they are grinding, and they are moving forward, but they are not feeling particularly successful and productive and happy in their lives. But yet, they keep saying, well, you know how it is. We just have to keep pushing forward. I'm having this conversation with you today so you can have this conversation with yourself. These are conversations that I have with myself, experiences that I have gone through in life, hooking myself up to these sayings, these myths, these affirmations. Some of these things work, but do you always have to just jump on the bandwagon when someone comes up with this saying that you think is going to magically hocus pocus dominocus and make your life better? Because if it happens for you, then what you need to do is share it with others. This is Conversations with JR, hoping that this message is going to be beneficial to you. Share it with someone else. Have the conversation with someone else. I like to think that we are healing lives through a single conversation. 'Tis the season to be jolly and to slow down. We don't always have to keep pushing. Thank you for listening.